Fire for your mind. Culture clinician. Hit that like button and share this stream if you're not a beta male.
Worth, and their worth will not be an inflation. It'll be limitless. We'll all start putting you on the pedestals that my father put my mother on. That my grandfather put my grandmother on. That my great-grandfather put my great-grandmother on. You know why? Because I knew all three of them. And they revered these women. And they loved them. Sadly, all of these men had to bury their wives. And I saw them all weep and hold their hands while they passed. And the word hoflation did not even exist in our community during those times. You know why? Because the women were so awesome. It had no countenance. There's no description for it. It didn't exist. We can get back there. So maybe we can get to a point where we can throw this word away. We have the examples. We need to look to them. Some of these beautiful, elegant old women still exist. But Vince Ellison ain't gonna let you go until we get back to where we're supposed to be.
Fall comes to us in its own time. Fighters, keepers, losers, we
asked for it, and they got it. Cat ladies will be the new norm, 2030 and beyond. And men told you so. Who will save them? Will it be the government, community, or themselves?
This is a very vulnerable, transparent moment with you guys. So let's just keep it real positive in the comment section, okay? I'm just being open with you guys. This is the first time in my adult life where I'm like, Lynn, you can't afford that. Lynn, don't buy that. Because money is funny right now. And let me save y'all the comments where y'all gonna be like, go get a job, go apply for a job. There's people with jobs right now, I'm not getting a job. But no, I honestly, if I did decide to go get a job, I honestly would struggle more. And I say that because it's not to say I'm not making money. Like, I'm able to pay my bills. I'm just living paycheck to paycheck.
Y'all, you know, it's hard to empathize. It's getting harder and harder to empathize with modern day women. Because again, it's like, you know, you're finding out what the result of what you've been yelling and screaming and talking about for years. We don't need men. We choose the bear. You know, we don't need men in this world and they're pointless and, you know, all of this stuff. But then you have this percentage of men over, of women, I'm sorry. You got this percentage of women over on TikTok making these god-awful videos about how tired they are and how tired they are of working and, you know, being a single mom is so hard and, oh my gosh, I have to do everything. Yeah, that's the life that you fought so hard for. Like, that's the part that's mind-altering. Y'all fought so hard for exactly what you got. This is exactly what you fought for. And now that you have it, you're like, ah, shoot, this is not what I expected.
This is a very vulnerable, transparent moment with you guys. So let's just keep it real positive.
Cognitive dissonance is a condition that happens for a myriad of reasons. Many times in modern America, men and women often do one of the following. They deny the evidence. They become enraged when you present them with the evidence. They argue to ad hominem attacks, meaning they attack the messenger instead of the message. And they will fight you or flee because they cannot hear what you are saying. And conditions such as this, tied into cognitive dissonance, often happens to those that have or lack self-awareness. They stay in a perpetual cycle of arrested development, exhibited by this. Fire for your mind. The Kosher Clinician.
If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up in young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues. Absent fathers who miss you. Mama drama don't kiss you. All a part of the ritual. This is how they get you. Separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to. Damn. Lovers, haters acting like vultures. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't seven, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen.
Streamer, and I took an extreme pay cut. Anyways, I am truly blessed. I have a roof over my head and I'm able to eat. Okay, so no complaints again.
They asked.
For the watching, guys, do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button, guys. Share the stream. We're going to have a good show on today, guys. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. We'll not be before you guys long. But I wanted to do this show, guys. I saw Anita Stoudemire. Her and I are going to have a show coming up on Sunday. And it's Pick Me versus Cat Lady. Modern dating has gone wild. And I decided to do this because what Anita said actually resonated with me. And it resonated on many levels. More or less on the principle that there's a percentage of women that's living in the world today, instead of submitting and honoring their men, respecting their men, they would rather be rebellious instead of being compliant in the relationship. And because of that, there's going to be a scenario to where a lot of women are going to be dealing with feral cats, as Anita talked about. By 2030, many will be sad and afraid. And more or less, they're going to be grateful that, or more or less hopeful that they had a man that could get a man. But pick me is a derogatory term. It's a very derogatory term. But see, here's the crazy thing about it. Being a pick me, guys, was actually honorable back in the past. It was honorable to be a pick me. A woman, she lived her life to be picking and picked and chosen by a man. It was just normal for a woman to want to be chosen by a good man. But now it's derogatory. And it's derogatory, something that Anita said that made a lot of sense, because a lot of women now lack humility. They lack humility. There's a strong generation of new men that don't know what their worth is. And many times they compromise their power because they don't know how to stand on business as men. And I don't know if you guys knew about it, but I came up with a term back in the day called hopeflation. I didn't hear a lot of folks talking about it until I said something about it. I didn't hear too many folks talk about hopeflation until I said it. I did a show with my man Peaceful Life, and him and I were talking about relationship capitalism. But hopeflation is a term where average to subpar women think they're better than their men. And they think they're better on a myriad of different levels, to the point that those men got to always go out of their way to prove their worth to women. And what that does fundamentally is that it attacks and destroys the self-esteem of a man. And I like what Anita Stoudemire is trying to do. She's trying to more or less bring back balance to the force. And I think what she's doing is not only courageous as needed, but sadly, we live in a world where I don't know if it's going to matter because I think we're too far in the belly of the beast. I think there's a remnant group of women, or there's a percentage of women that it can benefit, and maybe she's trying to save the small percentage. But overall, it's too dumb, more or less, to say the least. And she talks about parenthetically how her cats are being taken care of, but a lot of women cats are not being taken care of. And a lot of women are running around like feral cats without direction. She created a co-opted a term called positive ownership. And the whole word husband or the word husbandry meant to care for. But now if a man said, or I own you, and I own you meaning you're my woman, and I'm not supposed to protect you and die for you, some would say that's misogyny. And so listen, let's be real. The black community was hijacked. It was hoodwinked. It was co-opted, psyopted, whatever you want to call it. It was intentional to destroy the foundation of black society and black America and America in general. And now what we have is a cesspool that's predicated in delusion, a cesspool that's predicated in excessive narcissistic traits, a cesspool where average men are subjugated to the whims of women that think they're better, but they're not, a cesspool where men are in sexless marriages, a cesspool where when men do go to therapy, many times some of the therapeutic models, some of the therapeutic interventions, or sometimes the therapeutic biases are tied to what's called the Duluth model or the feminist theory lens. So really, men have nowhere to go. And so I think it's important that Anita, I would call her Sojourner Truth, but not the feminist Sojourner Truth, but she's trying to be a clarion caller, and she's trying to bring women to arms. Now I understand that men are always ambivalent with any woman that come into men's space because they don't really know their intentions. I understand that. But the things she be saying and how she put her neck on the line, yeah, I would say she's a real one. If she ain't a real one, she would surprise me. And so I'm looking forward to the conversation with Anita Stoutmeyer on Sunday. Guys, make sure y'all share this stream and hit the like button, donate to the channel. And we're going to have a powerful conversation about what's going to happen with modern women 2030 and beyond, and how AI is taking over, and some don't even see it coming. And so we're going to talk about pick-me's and also the new cat ladies, and how women that are not under the covering and protection of a man are actually under a curse, and they don't even know it, and how this will continue to erode the already very fragile black community and black institution, and also a very fragile black family. But shout out to my man Vincent Ellison. He said something, like I said, guys, I came up with the word hopeflation, but he said something that was very paramount, and it was paramount on so many levels, because I do remember a time where black women were great. There was not a woman that was more greater than the American black woman, in my opinion. No one compared to the American black woman. She was superior, in my opinion, compared to any woman in the world. But she was co-opted. She was more or less manipulated. And now she's suffering the recompense of her error because she is rebellious. She lacks humility. She lacks discipline. And also she lacks guidance. And so now you got a generation of men that are highly indifferent. They don't care. And they begin to live their lives on their own terms. So let's listen to what my man Vincent Ellison said. And once again, guys, I didn't hear nobody talk about hopeflation until I said it. I came up with the term back 2 years ago. I can show you all the video, but it still rings true.
Inflation. It'll be limitless. We'll all start putting you on the pedestals that my father put my mother on. That my grandfather put my grandmother on.
And guys, this is why hopeflation is so dangerous. This is why hopeflation is so dangerous. Shout out to my man Correction Officer for Lockdown 763. Shout out to him. Shout out to that brother. Guys, do me a favor. Share this stream. Hit the like button. Shout out to Rhonda Payne 2195. Shout out, dear. Shout out to Rhonda Payne in the house. Thank you, dear Rhonda Payne, for tapping in. I appreciate it, dear. Thank you for showing love and coming to the stream to support it. And we're gonna get into it. But this is what my daddy got. This is what my grandfather got. This is what men got years ago. I'm 100% convinced that women years ago were more suitable for the office of marriage because they didn't have they didn't have a lot of sexual experience. And as I said before to those that are coming in my mind, that there was not a woman greater than the American black woman in the past. No woman was greater than her. She was mentally tough. She was spiritually sound. Her heart was her children. And while she wasn't perfect, she was in unison with her man for the most part. but she's become a shell of herself, and many are now beginning to suffer the recompense of their ignorance, and many are going to wish they were picked by a man by 2030, and many are going to wish that they had the cover and the protection of a man, because it's getting hard out here. And according to Maslow, Maslow talked about a hierarchy of needs, guys, and we're going to talk about that briefly. But Abraham Maslow talked about hierarchy of needs. And in the hierarchy of needs, guys, is food, water, clothing, and shelter. But there was a movie with Taraji P. Henson and Tyler Perry called Switch, I believe. And human beings are what's called integrated beings. They are bio, which is body. They are psycho, which is mind. They are social, which is environment. And then they are spiritual. Human beings are bio, psycho, social, and spiritual. But the greatest thing that's hindering a lot of black women now is not only it's more spiritual, but also social. The social contract has been violated. That's number one. They have not lived up to the social contract. But the most part about not only not living up to the social contract, they have not nurtured our children properly like black women did of the past. And the caveat to that is spiritual. She has been co-opted and psy-opted by radical feminism, because in the past there was faith, prayer, character, chase, humility. But we don't have that anymore. We don't have it anymore. And there are many that want to see it come back again. But when my mom passed away, as I told you guys before in the past, I was sad for a myriad of reasons. I was sad because I understood fundamentally that tomorrow was not ever coming back. What we had in the past was not ever coming back again. And so right now, a lot of women are going through what's called a crisis. They're going through a psychological crisis. Part of that crisis is due to delusion. Part of that crisis is due to the economy. Part of that crisis is due to burgeoning AI. Part of that crisis is due to unresolved trauma. Part of that crisis is due to lack of humility. Part of that crisis is due to narcissistic traits. Part of that crisis is due to unresolved mental illness. Part of that crisis is due to bad relationships. And part of that crisis, guys, is due to messing with so many men. And so you got a generation of broken women with high expectations, and they're going to be left behind. I'm going to show it to you guys in a few minutes, but I need you guys to do me a favor, hit the like button, donate to this channel. It took me a lot of time to put this show together, a lot of hours in my busy schedule as a therapist, and also share the stream. But let's get into it with Vincent Ellison, guys. Let's get into it. And what this brother's saying is true.
And their worth will not be an inflation. It'll be limitless. We'll all start putting you on the pedestals that my father put my mother on.
See, guys, his mother, like my mother, that was the gold standard back in the day. It was the gold standard. The gold standard back in the day was virgin, wife ready, no kids. That was the gold standard. And as I said before, I'm convinced that those women were better able to bond with their husbands because they didn't have the trauma of so many women due to bad relationships and rampant promiscuity. That was the gold standard. He got a very beautiful mother. My mother was a virgin, and so was my grandma. But now hoflation has taken over. And being a pick-me is derogatory, and being a cat lady or having fur babies is honorable. And that's how far we've fallen down the rabbit hole, guys. That's how far we've fallen down the rabbit hole. So we're going to do this moment, guys, to talk about how far we've fallen down the rabbit hole. And we're going to get deep into it.
Down the rabbit hole we go. This is a place where we explore, analyze, collaborate.
We've fallen far down the rabbit hole. And there's a remnant that can be saved, but for the most part, I think we're going to have to focus on the remnant and the new crop of young women growing up. But it's a cesspool.
That my grandfather put my grandmother on. That my great-grandfather put my great...
Why do you think women back then, guys, when they passed away, or when their husbands passed away, they would soon after pass away too? And the reason why those women will pass away after their husbands passed away, because they were so unified, they were tied together, they were bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. They had cleaved to one another. But a lot of these women, they are not cleaving to one another. They don't cleave to one another because they're broken. They can't cleave because they cleave to so many other men. And now fundamentally, the average guy that tries to get with the average woman is having to deal with her crisis and also her baggage.
Grandmother on. You know why? Because I knew all three of them. And they revered these women. And they loved them. Sadly, all of these men had to bury their wives. And I saw them all weep and hold their hands while they passed. And the word hoflation did not even exist in our community during those times.
Yeah, that word hoflation was a term, like I said, guys, I'm going to say I created that term. I didn't hear nobody talking about hoflation until I started saying it. But shout out to my man. All the bigger content creators are saying it, and it's a true phenomenon. And it basically posits that what your grandfather got was a virgin, wife ready, no kids. That's what my daddy got. That was just normal. It wasn't even nothing super. It was just normal. And my dad was able to take care of 4 kids working with $6.25. And that's why I'm so passionate about trying to save the remnant of women that want to listen and the remnant of men that are looking for solid women. But it's hard to find in this cesspool, man. It's hard to find in this culture. But God will always have a remnant. He's going to always have a remnant. He is going to always have a remnant.
You know why? Because the women were so awesome. It had no countenance. There's no description for it. It didn't exist. We can get back there. So maybe we can get to a point where we can throw this word away. We have the examples. We need to look to them. Some of these beautiful, elegant old women still exist. But Vince Ellison ain't gonna let you go until we get back to where we're supposed to be.
So they're in trouble, guys. They are in trouble because the economy is changing. The world is changing. Everything is changing. The world is unstable. And many don't have protection. Nobody is safe, not even including me, myself. And that's why everybody, you got to be on your square, man. Live beneath your means and plan ahead. But this woman is a content creator. I'm going to play a little bit of it up front, and then we're going to get into it. But once again, shout out to Anita Stoutmeyer, because she's correct. A lot of women are struggling because they lack humility.
For it, and they got it. Cat ladies will be the new norm, 2030 and beyond. And men told you so. Who will save them? Will it be the government, community, or themselves?
This is a very vulnerable, transparent moment with you guys. So let's just keep it real positive in the comment section, okay? I'm just being open with you guys. This is the first time in my adult life where I'm like, Lynn, you can't afford that. Lynn, don't buy that. Because money is funny right now. And let me save y'all the comments where y'all gonna be like, go get a job, go apply for a job. There's people with jobs right now, I'm not getting a job. But no, I honestly, if I did decide to go get a job, I honestly would struggle more. And I say that because it's not to say I'm not making money. Like, I'm able to pay my bills. I'm just living paycheck to paycheck.
Y'all.
living paycheck to paycheck. But imagine to the women that have issues with 50-50, imagine if those women had structure, order, and balance, and they were working together with their husbands for provision and protection. Imagine that. Let me tell you women something, the ones that are quiet and don't say anything. You should always stand firm in your convictions as a woman. I call you women the silent warriors. And let the world know I love being a pick-me. I'm not talking about a fake pick-me that acts, that put on the act just to get a man and they pull the mask off. We know that happens. But I'm talking about genuine women that really want to be wives, understand the assignment, know about duty, and they're working hard and they're working together to please their husband. The husband's working to please, take care of his woman.
You know, it's hard to empathize. It's getting harder and harder to empathize with modern day women. Because again, it's like.
And here's Anita Stoutmeyer, once again, a licensed professional counselor, going against the grain, going against the establishment, you know, doing what the scripture said, let the older women teach the younger women, and trying to add balance, clarity, and nuance to the conversation.
You know, you're finding out what the result of what you've been yelling and screaming and talking about for years. We don't need men. We choose the bear. You know, we don't need men in this world and they're pointless and, you know, all of this stuff. But then you have this percentage of men over, of women, I'm sorry. You got this percentage of women over on TikTok making these god-awful videos about how tired they are and how tired they are of working and, you know, being a single mom is so hard and, oh my gosh, I have to do everything. Yeah, that's the life that you fought so hard for. Like, that's the part that's mind-altering.
And that's what liberalism did to what once was the greatest women in the world. Like I shout out to my man Barry Hamilton, shout out to him listening from Thailand, the early hours. Thank you, Brother Barry. Thank you, sir, for tapping in. Barry Hamilton, 7254 in Thailand, tapping in. And shout out to my man Kenny Peoples. Also, guys, do me a favor. I need at least 5 of you guys to push this stream and share this stream. Let's get the message out. The world needs to hear this message. I got a powerful show coming up with Anita on Sunday. So share the stream, guys. Hit the like button. And also donate to the channel, please. Shout out to my man, the International Quiet Storm in the house. Shout out to my good friend and my brother, the International Quiet Storm. Nothing but love and support for that good brother. Always has shown love, always supported me in the channel. And so, guys, I need y'all to share this stream because pick me versus cat lady, modern dating is getting wild. It's getting wilder and wilder by the minute. Some of this, guys, is unresolved mental illness. Some of this stuff is spiritual, in my opinion. And some of this is years of indoctrination that's going to destroy this country if we don't counter correct. And I don't see it happening, sadly, in our lifetime.
Y'all fought so hard for exactly what you got. This is exactly what you fought for. And now that you have it, you're like, shoot. This is not what I expected.
This is a very vulnerable, transparent moment with you guys. So let's just keep it real positive in the comment section, okay? I'm just being open with you guys. This is the first time in my adult life where I'm like, Len, you can't afford that. Len, don't buy that. Because money is funny right now. And let me save y'all the comments where y'all gonna be like, go get a job, go apply for a job. There's people with jobs right now not getting a check. But no, I honestly, if I did decide to go get a job.
Now she's a content creator and she's struggling to pay her bills. And a lot of these women are struggling because they don't want what's called positive ownership. Shout out to Anita for coming up with that word. They don't want positive ownership. Shout out to my man, International Quiet Storm, just supporting the channel as he's the #1 sponsor of the stream. Shout out to the International Quiet Storm showing love. I appreciate the brother as he is the #1 sponsor of this stream. Shout out to that dear brother, good friend, number love and respect for that brother. Shout out to him as he's the #1 sponsor. Shout out to the International Choir Song. This woman is a content creator, guys. She's struggling to pay her bills because she's not living within her means. And it's almost like American women have what's called a social psychosis. I call it a social psychosis. And they want what's called digitally modified truth. That's a new term that I created. They want digitally modified truth or genetically modified truth. But they don't want the objective truth. That's why you hear a lot of them saying my truth. They want digitally modified truth. They want the internet to tell them what they want to hear. They want to live in a reality, live in a fantasy instead of facing reality. The world is changing radically. As I told you guys, to those that are coming in, the crisis of the black woman is predicated in not understanding the four dimensions of the mind, body, soul, and spirit. She's struggling biologically due to stress. She's struggling biologically due to stress. She does not have optimal body compositions. She's not getting nutrient-dense foods. She's not necessarily working out in general. She's dealing with self-esteem issues. She's dealing with excessive narcissism. She's dealing with the stress of not having a husband. I'm going to show it to you guys in a minute. She's dealing with the stress of not having community. But fundamentally, because of weaker churches now compared to the past, she's been told she's a queen. She's operating in witchcraft. She's operating in darkness. She hasn't done the work to more or less self-appraise herself. And what you got now, guys, is a modern day cesspool that's not getting any better. Shout out to my dear brother Top Gun in the house showing love. Shout out to Top Gun for that $10, $5 super, taking a break from the grid to check in. Salute to the family, man. I appreciate it, Top Gun. Thanks for showing love, brother. It's been a minute. I haven't forgot you, man. I got to order some clothes from you, man, because I got to work out this year, man. I got to work out, man. I'm gonna look like John P. Key, man, if I'm gonna start working out, man. But shout out to Top Gun. But this is a woman that's a content creator. Let me see, what is her name? Hold tight.
Job, I honestly would struggle more. And I say that because it's not to say I'm not making money. Like, I'm able to pay my bills. I'm just living paycheck to paycheck as a content creator.
She living paycheck to paycheck.
I am just venting to you guys because I'm like, damn, I just changed my entire interior of my camper to white, and I really wanted to finish decorating the inside. And there's so many things I want to buy to decorate the inside, and I was just like, it's not a necessity. I don't need to decorate, and I can't afford to decorate. And I was just like, I just had a moment. I'm sitting in the car like, wow. Like, I literally am like, you can't buy that right now. Like, just wait on it. And as a content creator, you kind of got to switch things up every now and then. And it's not going to always, you're not going to always receive the same paycheck every month. So it's literally just one of those situations. I transitioned to being a full-time YouTuber. By the way, if you want to go binge all my videos, that will also help me get that money. But I transitioned to be a YouTuber versus a live streamer, and I took an extreme pay cut. Anyways, I am truly blessed. I have a roof over my head and I'm able to eat. Okay, so no complaints.
And you got a lot of women, guys, that are struggling. You got a lot that are struggling. You got men that are struggling too. But as a therapist, we look at things through what's called the bio, the psycho, the social, and the spiritual. We call those the four components of human beings: bio, psycho, social, spiritual. And a lot of women are not centered. They're not centered, and it's going to get worse as time continues to push forward. Women were not meant to be by themselves, not being under the covering of a man. But once again, our women were compromised. They were compromised because at one point, the American black woman was the greatest woman ever. There was no woman greater than the American black woman. No woman was greater than her, in my opinion. She was the greatest woman ever. But them days are gone. And a lot of men would never get to experience what my father experienced, what my grandfather experienced, what men of yesterday experienced. They'll never get a chance to experience that. Now, I am raising my girls to be chaste. I'm raising my girls to be respectful. I'm raising my girls to respect their bodies. I'm raising my girls to be top tier women. So whoever they get married to, they can have a good situation. When I leave this planet, I want to make sure I leave this planet a better place and make sure my girls are in a better situation as well. But this is what happens when you don't have strong communities, when you don't have people that hold folks accountable, when folks lack humility, and when you can't tell them nothing. Like Anita Stoudemire said, they're a bunch of feral cats. Just like a bunch of feral cats running wild. No guidance, no protection, no balance, not centered, and continue to eat negative propaganda that's not only destroying them, but also destroying the fragile Black community that used to exist.
Again, just venting. And no, I wouldn't change anything I'm doing. I truly love what I do.
The traditional traits that make...
Now, her name is Keeping It Lit with Lynn. I'm going to show you guys something. Shout out to quite a perfect video example how even during the struggle, you can't trust them, to be honest. Right. Right. Shout out to my man, Free Agent ATL. Shout out to that brother.
Made relationships work didn't disappear randomly. They were systematically deconstructed. Cooking is oppression. Cleaning is service.
And imagine, like Anita said, if they were humble. Imagine if she said, I don't mind cooking for my husband. I don't mind cleaning for my husband, something that was just normal years ago. Let me show you guys this Keeping It Lit with Lit, whatever her name is. But things that were this normal, that was normal years ago, it's seen as a big deal now. This is the TikToker that says she's struggling financially. She's living above her means.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned the comment about the other dogs because I think the entire video went over your head. But the point of the video was she finished the cleaning. She told me, oh my God, there was so much dog hair. I felt bad. I paid her extra. Okay, so I just fired my cleaning lady and I need y'all to...
Okay, I'm about to put y'all on to this little thing that's on the outside of my house. One of my guests that rents my house, they reached out to me and said, hey, I'm out of town because they were staying for so long. They said, hey, I'm out of town and I have packages on the front lawn. And she said, is there any way you can have someone come over to throw the packages over the fence, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to come here. I put the key because I keep my fence locked at all times. So, and the reason why it's open right now is because pest control is here. So pest control, they have their own. Went from my camper back to my car. Y'all remember when I camped in my Jeep? Got my dresser full of things.
So this is the content. Lynn Marie Stay Lit,
cooler,
whatever her name
food.
is.
Y'all remember the stars? I'm laying on my bed. I have some other things in here.
And she's choosing to do this, guys. I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes. A lot of these women are not choosing to do it. And they are in a world of trouble. They're in a world of trouble because of their predicament.
Oh, tailgating at Target. So I'm sleeping in the Target parking lot. Hold on. I have to open up my door to get some light. So it's so funny because, y'all, this is where I started. This is where my camping journey started. This is such a throwback. I even got the generator that I started with. This is some basket of things, and like those are like clean clothes. This is where my light is going back out. This is where Ozzy sleeps. And yeah, I guess we're sleeping in the Target.
And she's a content creator.
So I just woke up at the Home Depot.
She said she stepped in the Home Depot parking lot there, but you're beginning to see a lot of this. And let me tell you something, guys. I worked extremely hard my whole life. I have a vision to pay my house off real soon. I could technically pay it off if I wanted to, but but I'm just trying to plan. But it's a hard life out here, guys, to be living now with so much homelessness, poverty, the cost of living going up. Everything is radically changing. The world is radically changing, and nothing makes sense anymore. But because, once again, the lack of humility has led to excessive narcissism. The scripture said God gives grace to the humble, but he resists those that are proud. He gives grace to those that are humble, and he resists those that are proud. She's struggling because she's out of order. And instead of being a pick-me, which was something that all women strive to be in the past, women wanted to be picked by their husbands. They'd rather be cat ladies or have fur babies. Because I promise you, she got a dog in that camper somewhere or a fur baby.
Yeah, so I slept all the way in the back. So I've now boondocked at Walmart, Cracker Barrel, and now Home Depot. I'm conflicted on which one has been my favorite so far. I do feel like the more I do it, the easier it gets. Always prepared though, I'm always prepared. So I've seen some recent YouTube comments talking about go boondock in the woods. I'm gonna have to do my research on boondocking in the woods first, like thoroughly do my research. So I don't get eaten by no bears or nothing, because I have a dog and I have to take him out, and sometimes he's on schedule, sometimes he's not. I don't know. So I will one day, but baby steps. I literally just showered, got myself together, and opened up my windows because most of y'all know that I don't have like a full setup yet, so I can't run my AC or nothing like that. But thankfully it's not that hot outside, so opening my windows is bringing in like some really good, some really good air, some circulation up in here. But I'm just actually about to edit one of my videos, and we're gonna move my camper over to Walmart. I gotta get some groceries, and I've been trying not to eat out, so I'm gonna go get groceries at Walmart and then cook in the Walmart parking lot. Yeah. By the way, I document and show way more.
And she's choosing to do this as an influencer, guys.
The weird thing about boondocking sometimes is you hear a lot of police sirens.
To do this as an influencer.
This is a very vulnerable, transparent moment with you guys. Let's see how long it takes for this to hit 50% with all of these things plugged in.
But she's struggling. And a lot of them struggle because they don't have the proper emotional regulation, and they just do things recklessly. They do it recklessly. I mean, very reckless. Very reckless. She's out of order. If she's out of order, she's arrogant. I don't see how you can solve this problem without being so harsh to these, arrogant black women. Arrogant and stupid do not go together. Yeah, don't have any dismay either. That is so true. Yes, ma'am. I'm glad I'm not single. I know I'm as good as long as I'm on this program. Yes, ma'am. Guys, do me a favor, hit the like button, share the stream. Share the stream because they are in trouble. And also, guys, donate to the channel. But this is what men got years ago, guys. Let's go back to what Vincent Ellison was saying. Hold tight.
Her worth, and their worth will not be an inflation. It'll be limitless. We'll all start putting you on the pedestals that my father put my mother on. That my grandfather put my grandmother on. That my great-grandfather put my great-grandmother on. You know why? Because I knew all three of them. And they revered these women. And they loved them. Sadly, all of these men had to bury their wives. And I saw them all weep and hold their hands while they passed.
That's when black men got quality women. Black women years ago were like heirloom furniture. They were tough. And those men will weep when they lost their wives. They would cry. They would hold their hands as they were about to transition to see God. But you don't have that anymore. You can't even get a spectacle of what black men got years ago in relationships. Nowhere near it. But we wonder why our communities' environments are so dissipated, so broken. We can't even get a spectacle of what we got yesterday, guys. Guys, do me a favor, guys. Hit the like button, share the stream. Took me a lot of time to put this together. I want to show you guys something. And I'm going to have a need on my show coming up. But this is what's going to happen to a lot of these women, these cat women, guys. But if y'all want to see it, guys, y'all going to laugh at it. Y'all got to hit the like button, share the stream, and make sure you donate. So I got something I'm going to show you guys that I created for y'all. But I need y'all to hit that like button, share the stream, and donate. You're going to laugh at it, all right?
And the word inflation did not even exist in our community during those times. You know why? Because the women The women were so awesome. It had no countenance. There's no description for it. It didn't exist. We can get back there. So maybe we can get to a point where we can throw this word away. We have the examples. We need to look to them. Some of these beautiful, elegant old women still exist. But Vince Ellison ain't gonna let you go until we get back to where we're supposed to be.
Right, it ain't gonna happen in our lifetime, guys. It's over with. It's done for.
Child rearing is unpaid labour, but somehow male provision is still expected. The selective elimination of female responsibilities while maintaining male obligations created this imbalanced dynamic. I see young men completely confused. They're told to respect women who...
And I'm gonna tell you something. You got a lot of young men that their self-esteem is radically destroyed. It's radically destroyed, guys. You got a lot of young men that their self-esteem is radically destroyed due to the conditions that we have now. And only here recently are people beginning to talk about it.
who don't respect themselves. Support women who won't support them. Commit to women who see commitment as possession. Provide for women who see provision as minimum requirement. The cognitive dissonance is breaking men's spirits.
Hi, not that anyone cares, but...
Now, this goes back to what I was saying, guys, about, it goes back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but also it goes back to what a lot of black women are struggling with right now. They're not centered, they're not grounded, and they're having what's called somatic issues. In the clinical, we call that somatoform issues. Biologically, she's not centered. Psychologically, she's not centered. Socially, she's not protected. And spiritual, she's in rebellion. And what it does, it makes the remnant of good women that want to do the right thing look bad. But to the remnant sisters, y'all have to speak out too. Because that's what happened to Taraji P. Henson in that movie called Switch. She wasn't covered. She wasn't protected. She has psychological, biological, social, and also spiritual issues. And that caused her to be in what's called a mental health crisis. How can a young woman be on the street uncovered and unprotected without a father, man? But this is what happens when you are rebellious. This is what happens when women rebel against the leadership and the orders of their fathers. This is what happens when communities are no longer strong. Strong families and strong communities is what protected women of the past.
Okay, bye. I head to the middle of time.
And this is the story of a woman. This is a story of a woman that's in New York. She's in New York. She's also in Times Square. And she's going through a mental health crisis, like so many of them. The International Quiet Storm said they are miserable because they don't have strong masculine male guidance. Fathers are necessary in 2025. Guys, if y'all want to see that clip I made, let me know. Y'all going to laugh at it. Let me know if y'all want to see the clip. But I need somebody to hit the like button and donate to the channel and share. My cousin called me from Sweden last week and stated he's never coming back to the States. He called me and told me how his blonde Swede wakes him up, preparing him breakfast, and even clips his toenails. I'm not surprised, man. I've always said if I was a single man again, I'm not ever getting, if I was a single man, I'm gonna marry the typical American woman. She would have to be superior. But I probably would. I wouldn't even waste my time.
Square, because that's where the overnight shelter I go to is. So those types of shelters, you're not allowed to sleep like flat on like the floor or on a mattress. So we can only sleep on fold-out chairs. You don't really think about how like bad it seems or it looks because that's like your only option. This is better than me being on like a sidewalk.
Look at all this homelessness, guys. Look at all the homelessness you begin to see in New York. A lot of these liberal states, like New York, Chicago, Philly, California. But this is what happens when you don't have black unison or community or family. And this is not a black thing. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And this is what happens when you have rebellion. Be a pick-me and be protected with a husband, or be a model woman with a bunch of feral cats. Which one? Which one do you want? Let me show you guys something. Because this is what's going to happen 20, 30, and beyond. Hold tight. You tried to warn them, Anita. They wouldn't listen. I guess the pick-me is not so bad after all.
I wonder what they are thinking now about the pygmies. Me and my cats are doing just fine.
Humility is the order of the day for women. That is the order of the day. I do believe that God will bless those who come to him humbly, those who are repentant, those who recognize their mistake. Oops, I made a mistake. Like, if you get on your knees tonight, this is my prescription for all the women out there who are 30, 35, 40, 45. I want you to get on your knees tonight. I want you to pray to the Lord on high and say, I messed up. Like, I messed up. I was wrong. I was completely out of line. I messed up. I made a mistake.
And how many do you think are going to say, I made a mistake? And we know it's not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen.
I'm crying a little bit, because my sister, she sent me money. That's why I'm crying. I'm hungry and I'm broke.
This goes back to what I said a few minutes ago, guys. A mental health crisis when the 4 dimensions are not taken care of. The bio, the psycho, the social, and the spiritual. And women weren't meant to be on the streets. Men nor women, but especially not women. But Anita co-opted a term called positive ownership. Because, anytime, because back in the day, a man was supposed to own his woman. He was supposed to own his woman, to protect her and die for her if he had to. To protect her and die for her if he had to. But we don't see that anymore, sadly. It was called protective, positive ownership. That's what she co-opted.
And I need a job, and I requested $10. And I was like, I want food today. I want food.
And Maslow talked about the basic hierarchy of needs: food, water, clothing, and shelter. And some of them are not even getting that. They can't even self-actualize. And I will argue the true self-actualization is having a relationship with God. That's what I will argue. I don't think it's just with man trying to do everything on his own. True self-actualization is having a relationship with God, in my opinion. That's true self-actualization, in my humble opinion. Shout out to my man in New York, Black 11. I have a home in Georgia and an apartment in New York City. I met a beautiful homeless sister, Lisa, at Columbus Circle. I was shocked to why this woman was homeless. Yeah, man. Yeah, brother. It's happening, man. It's happening a lot. Shout out to my man, Red Falls Black. He said, there was hoflation back in the day. The big mamas regulated bad women, but they are gone now. and the mean girls took over the culture. I agree with you 100%. Shout out to New York Black and my man Red Falls Black 4002 for those super stickers. Guys, thank you guys for being so kind. I really appreciate it, brother. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for showing love. Now look at this, guys. Let's go back and look at this. Look at this. 22-year-old man has been homeless for 4 years. How can a woman be homeless? I don't understand that, especially if she got a father. She's been homeless for 4 years, lost and turned out. Without a full-time job, she survived off the $200 a month she earned from her part-time work. Look at this, guys, which led to a mental health crisis.
I've applied for retail, a lot of.
And let me tell you something, guys. Finding jobs is hard, man. It's hard to find a job now, man. It's getting harder and harder to find jobs. And that's why, guys, you know, every time I don't buy new cars. I make my money. I live beneath my means, man. And I'm trying to invest. And I'm always planning for the worst. Because that's what a good provider and a good father does.
Retail operations, warehouse, customer service, front of house, beauty advisor. I've applied for a lot of fast food places, greeter, server, busser. It gets to a point where it's like, okay, guys, it's almost been a year now, and I still don't have a job.
I'm homeless.
I just can't understand how you could be homeless if you grew up in a two-parent intact home. Or this in general, why are these women homeless? Is it due to rebellion? Is it mental health issues? What is it? What's causing all this homelessness with so many of these women?
And I get ready for work at the gym. A lot of people don't understand why somebody would choose to be homeless, and honestly, rent was kicking my ass. I was paying $2,000 in household bills, and now I pay $20 for my gym membership. And this is the shower I use at the gym. When I left my apartment, I thought I'd be living in my car rent-free. The day I moved out, my car completely shut down, but it was too late to go back. I slept in that car so many nights without air and heat until one day I just couldn't take it. I told my manager I was living in a broke-down car, and now I sleep at work. When I tell people I'm homeless, they imagine me digging in dumpsters like this looking for food. I chose to be homeless because I'm tired of paying bills and I need to save some money. They didn't want to give me food stamps, so I'm out here living rent.
They didn't want to get her food stamps. Man, why would you be on food stamps if you're able-bodied and you can work? Why would you be on food stamps, man? But guys, this is what happens when you got a generation of rebellious women that would rather be modern women and rebellious, not going 50-50 with the man in this crazy economy, and being chosen by a man than to cooperate. They'll rather be homeless, a lot of them. Some of them are choosing to be homeless.
Free, eating ribs. And yes, I'm cleaning my makeup brushes in this bathroom. One thing I hate about being homeless is people don't like when you make the struggle look good. It's a problem if I want to do my hair and makeup, but it's okay if I was living in the streets looking bad. All I know is I'm going to keep making my content and you keep making sure you pay your rent.
What's your name?
Rachel.
How old are you, Rachel?
46.
46.
This poor woman is 46, and her name is Rachel. Y'all listen to this. Rachel, 46. Actually, hold tight.
What's your life story? How did you become homeless?
Well, I was born in August in Dominican Republic. My mom was a heroin addict. She used to do every drug possible.
Okay. Now, how did you become homeless?
I gotta get there.
Okay.
At 5 years old, my mom started eating me out.
Tell me, you have to speak loud for the camera.
At 5 years old, my mom used to have sex with me. And then she used to sell me. I was raised on 115 in Lenox, Boston Projects.
Okay.
I'm all over the news, the internet. At 12 years old, I got pregnant from one of the tricks. My mom used to have me addicted to embalming fluid, so that I could, feel nothing. And when I got pregnant, she told me to open my legs, and she wanted to give me a homemade abortion. When I kicked her, she stabbed me, and I stabbed her 11 times. I went to prison November 6th, 1991, and I came home December 10th, 2002.
2012? Okay.
When I came home...
Now, this woman, she was traumatized. This poor woman, she was traumatized. This wasn't necessarily her fault. But this also goes back to rebellious women not being in unison and not being under the covering of a masculine man. You'll never convince me that some of these women, they have a chance to get solid men in their lifetimes. But some of them chose to be with men that were derelicts. Men that didn't add any value to society or humanity. And you begin to see more and more and more and more and more and more of this. You begin to see more and more of this. Hold tight. You begin to see a lot more of this. And this has led to what's called a mental health crisis for so many of them. And I don't see it getting any better anytime soon because it's gotten radically worse over the last couple of years.
I have no family. None. My mother was an only child. My father was an only child. I'm an only child.
Okay.
Where was I going to go?
I don't know what is it. Did it stop, guys? Can y'all see me? What's wrong with the clip? Hold tight.
Worth, and their worth will not be an inflation. It'll be limitless. We'll all start putting you on the pedestals that my father put my mother on. That my grandfather put my grandmother on. That my great-grandfather put my great-grandmother on. You know why? Because I knew all three of them. And they revered these women. And they loved them. Sadly, all of these men had to bury their wives. And I saw them all weep and hold their hands while they passed. And the word hoflation did not even exist in our community during those times. You know why? Because the women were so awesome. It had no countenance. There's no description for it. It didn't exist. We can get back there. So maybe we can get to a point.
All right, so once again, guys, a lot of women that are cat ladies. Cat ladies versus pygmies. And I'm asking the question, I'm asking you guys the question, why are so many of these young women homeless? Why are so many, yeah, Quiet Storm, they stole it from me, man. I didn't hear nobody talking about hoflation until I started saying it, man. I didn't hear nobody talking about hoflation. And I'm going to show you guys in a minute. I'm going to show you guys that I was the first one that came up with that term, hoflation. I didn't hear nobody talking about hoflation until I started talking about it. Quiet Storm know it. I'm going to prove to y'all this. I streamed this back in about 3 years ago. with your girl Glorilla. About 3 years ago. Hold tight. I'm gonna bring it up. And I didn't hear nobody talk about hoflation until I started talking about it. Almost 3 years ago. And then everybody used the word hoflation. Yeah, but that's what some of these content creators do, guys. They I'm not saying he did that. I'm not saying he did it, but a lot of them do it. They get concepts from the smaller channels. I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm gonna show it to y'all in a minute. I'll show it to y'all in a minute. Hold tight.
So welcome to my first official day of being homeless. It is Friday. I'm so emotionally distraught. I'm on my way to work, so at least I don't have to find somewhere to go during the day. I currently have nowhere to live. I have no place to sleep. I don't have enough money for a room or even to afford a down payment.
And this is what Anita's been talking about, guys, fundamentally, about women being humble. One will argue, why is this woman homeless? And you can tell she probably got some mental health issues. Septum ring is always a sign, and also different color hair. She definitely got some mental health issues going on. But this is the first generation of women that are dealing with homelessness. They're uncovered, they're unprotected, because women by nature were not supposed to be living in cars. Women by nature are survivalists. That's why women tend to marry men that have resources. And a lot of this is unresolved mental illness, but also a lot of it is due to rebellion too. Every woman's story is different, but I wonder what hers is. Why is this woman, guys, why is she single? Why is she by herself?
Deposit on an apartment. So yeah. And then tomorrow's Saturday and I don't work until I start my new job. And I have to live in the inner city of my job because I don't have enough money to buy a trans pass to travel. So I have to walk everywhere. So yeah. So come along as I try to figure out how to be homeless.
Now, I wonder if this young woman would cook and clean for her husband or her man. Because I'm still baffled at the fact, how can this woman be homeless? I know some people are homeless, because they can't just, the cost of living is too high. But she's a young woman. And you begin to see a lot of homeless women. But yet they say they can't deal with a man if he don't pay all the bills. They said they ain't gonna deal with no man unless he pay all the bills. They said they ain't doing 50-50. They said they ain't gonna do no 50-50. Not doing 50-50. And a lot of them ran through. A lot of them severely ran through. But they said, I'm not doing no 50-50. Because I know what my worth is. I ain't doing no 50-50. Hold on.
And James is behind us, slept on church steps last night too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And guys, it's not just impacting white women, it's impacting black women, it's impacting white women as well. It's impacting them all, black and white. And, Some guys don't even care. Some guys don't feel sorry for them at all. Because some guys believe that a lot of them were rebellious. And I know some of it's mental health. I know everybody homeless is different. But it makes you wonder.
What was your first day homeless like? When you first ran away and you realized you had no place to go?
Scary at first. But then I met some people and they kind of took me under their wing. So it was all right.
And you learned the streets quick.
Yeah.
Now, what's your future like?
Well, I want to go back to California because my best friend has a job in a restaurant for me. So
awesome.
Yeah, and she said I can come and stay with her until I figure my stuff out. So
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. If you had 3 wishes, what would they be?
That I was off the street. That I was off the street and had my own place to stay. That people were all kind to each other and that there was no war because I really don't like violence. So
great wishes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for talking.
And guys, it's happening. It's happening all too often, guys. It's happening all too often. All too often. Happening all too often, guys. Let me show you guys something about 304 inflation, because Quiet Storm is right. He's been a faithful supporter of me for years. And nobody was talking about hopeflation until I started talking about it. Nobody was talking about it, guys, until Kosha started talking about it. Let me show y'all something. Nobody was talking about it until Kosha started talking about hopeflation, guys. Nobody was talking about it. But now they want to talk about hopeflation. Y'all see that? Y'all let me know if y'all can see it. 304 inflation is real and black men are leaving. Yeah, I started talking about hopeflation years ago, guys. And, now the smaller channel, bigger channels, it catches wind and then everybody start. Let me show y'all real quick. Hold on. And then we're going to get back into it. Hold on.
4 in the morning, you got me up, all 'cause you need to talk. To 4 in the evening, wanna break up, say that you've had enough. I'm tired of talking, again and again, argue about everything. You are my darling, this kiss and make up, I know you wanna touch.
Older. Average looking older woman with a...
They're little girls.
There's quite a war of words going on.
To use the great man that you are. Because remember this, they would have called Jesus Dusty if he was living here in America. Because $75,000 just ain't enough.
Yeah, $75,000 ain't enough. They would say that back in 2002, and that was hopeflation, guys. Now they say you got to have at least 100,000 to 200,000.
Hi folks, the Filipina P here. And today's question is,
y'all see
what do women think of men who leave their home?
Breaking, 304 inflation is real and black men are leaving. I said that 3 years ago. But that's what happens in YouTube, guys. I'm not saying Vincent Ellison did that, by the way. But me and Peace for Life, we came on, he talked about relationship capitalism, and I parroted it and I called it hopeflation. Because relationship capitalism said the men should capitalize on a market where women say they demand more but not giving men anything what their mothers and grandmothers got years ago.
Home countries to seek love in foreign lands. Well, apparently there's quite a war of words going on between a certain segment of Western women and men who pursue international relationships. It seems there's a lot of animosity against these guys, with name-calling and outrageous accusations. The conflict centers around a movement called the Passport Bros, who are typically black guys who have gotten fed up with the situation in the West and decided to look elsewhere for a happy life. Now, even though the passport bros are mostly African Americans, I think you'll recognize the same tactics being used to shame any guy who dares to dream of finding a better mate overseas. So what are these women saying about the man?
Passport bros go to third world countries and purchase little girls and turn her into a breeding mare. They're little girls, you're sick.
Hey, who you calling a little girl?
Right, Barry.
What do you rate me?
That's
Is that what we're starting off with? I don't typically rate people. I ask if they rate themselves.
With average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But ma'am, you please don't make me.
And this is the cognitive dissonance and the delusion, guys, of modern women. Instead of being a righteous pick-me, and a righteous pick-me is a woman that's trying to come into a relationship with a man that's honest. And we're not talking about fake pick-me's, because you got a fake pick-me, you got a real pick-me. A fake pick-me is somebody that puts on an act to get a man, but it's not really what she believes in. It's fake. A real pick-me is a woman that understands the assignment. She's been raised, she's been taught, and she's willing to come into a relationship with a man, and consistent with Anita Stoudemire, positive ownership.
Say it.
Say what? I really just want to.
And this is a video that made Kevin Samuels go viral, guys.
Some advice. I love your.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that. Okay. Average looking women. Average looking woman who's older. Average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son. Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one.
That's hopeflation, guys, and that's mental illness. That's hopeflation and mental illness. Because see, what hopeflation says, hopeflation don't care about what the customer wants. Women keep forgetting that men are the buyers. The woman is the seller. But now men are not taking these bad deals. That's why I told you guys, she ain't got no power but the power that you give her. And many don't like it because so many men are beginning to wake up and to claim their virtue back, claim their power back.
Measures about group therapy. One was called corrective recapitulation. That's just a fancy way of saying, I'm going to go back in my past and correct what was done to me. So now black men, in the former context of emoting, what they're doing now is saying, for so many years, you had the power to say what you wanted to say towards me. But now I got the mic and I'm going to say what I need to say. But you know what I find amazing, Obsidian? Many times we rate men that are handsome. When Barack Obama ran for president, they say he was fine, he was handsome. So anytime the rating is positive, it's not a problem. But when the rating is bad, then it's a problem. You see the dichotomy? Right. You can rate me if it's a positive rating, but if it's a negative rating, then you can't rate me. And that's a problem. That's a problem, I'm saying, because yeah, that's very schizoid. That's schizoid thinking. That's very schizoid in nature. And see, we live in a world now, I'm saying, where our women lack self-reflection. They lack self-introspection. And because of that, you know, men are saying now, you know what, in the proper context, in the proper form, more or less deliberating what I deem to be necessary, I'm going to deliberate it, and I'm going to deliberate it expeditiously. And because of that, so many are not, they're not used to it. They're not used to hearing men speak. You know, there's a young man by the name of Obi. He said that Kevin Samuels started the conversation. And now men have began to start the conversation. What Kevin was saying was nothing new. It just that it was amplified because it was in YouTube and social media. These conversations have been had or been saying for a long time.
Shout out to you, Marcus. It says, I'm back. The DR was everything I was told. Mad when I just wanted to chill. Took care of me and my friends. Going back in December, y'all gotta go. Another one. Damn.
Not talking about Black women specifically. Black men say Black women aren't submissive, but they didn't treat her like they treated the foreign women that they tried to date, where they...
Because the foreign women naturally are submissive, ma'am, and men, they tend to capitulate to feminine women. But see, modern women they operate in the spirit of Jezebel. They operate outside of order. And that's why they'll never get the blessings of God, because they are rebellious. You know, you got a generation of Black men, women now, they'll jump over Jesus, jump over the Father to get to Jesus. They'll disrespect the Father trying to get to Jesus.
We're gentlemen and overly gracious and overly alpha and overly like spending all kinds of money, because they don't mind doing that in the foreign country. But here, like, a date is too much because gold diggers, right?
No, that's not true, man. That's no different than somebody said that when it comes down to brag, you know, y'all act a lot more kinder and nicer than y'all dealing with Caucasian men as well. So that's not necessarily true, man.
It's just a lot. I'm like, well, you're not getting that response because you're not giving the same behavior, but that's a whole nother video. But ultimately, I don't feel any type of way about the passport bros, because you find your happiness where you find it. And if they have trouble dating United States, that is best suited for them. And I have no problem with that. And women, same thing. If you're finding a hard time dating where you live in a certain state or city or country, go someplace else. It's everybody's privilege.
I do have a question for the passport bros.
They don't have the same privilege as men do abroad. They just don't, because foreign men tend to be more patriarchal.
When are y'all gonna take charge and lead your own movement? Like, instead of sitting on this app gaslighting every fucking body, when are y'all just gonna leave? Like, y'all can't even lead yourselves out of the countries, but y'all wanna lead the families. I'm hella confused on what's happening here. When are y'all actually going?
And for those that don't know what passport bros are, they are men that are just dating you for the sake of getting papers. They will manipulate you into thinking that you are their one and only, the love of their life, their shining star, when in all actuality, all they want is papers.
This particular woman sounds like a nut. Passport bros is none of what she's saying. We men from the United States of America going to foreign countries outside of the United States of America.
Are you still with the other guy?
No.
Golly. Sorry, so I'm gonna start here, but I just want y'all to see this. Breaking 3.0 inflation, and I call it 3.04 inflation because I didn't want to say the word, and here's why. So anyway, I was the first one that came up with that term, inflation, guys. I was the first one. And you know, and then folks started, you know, coining it. Because I didn't hear it. I mean, was it, could have been out there? I don't know, but I didn't hear nobody say it until I started saying it. But it is what it is, man. YouTube gonna be YouTube. YouTube gonna be YouTubing. Oompa Loompa. Yeah, YouTube gonna be YouTube. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys something real fast, and then we're gonna end it. But this single mother epidemic or single woman epidemic is one of the reasons why hoflation is proliferating. And I'm gonna get back to what Anita said a minute ago about women valuing their bodies. Women of that generation, they value their bodies. They value their bodies more fundamentally compared to women now. So I want you guys to listen to her. Hold tight. Then we're gonna get into it. The last part of the show.
Away to a bunch of men that don't give a crap about you. that is mind altering. Like I really want to understand. Like I do. I be talking to women, and I really do be wanting to understand. I know they think I'm judging them, but I'm like, let me inside of your mind. Make it make sense to me. How you let a man that don't give a crap about you put his dang-a-lang inside of your body.
She said, Anita go back to
Like
the old school. Anita said, ding-a-ling. Anita went back to the old school guys. She said, ding-a-ling, not phallus. Shout out to Anita Stoutmeyer, man. Licensed professional counselor. Shout out to that distance.
Wish in wood. Like I wish. Please. Like I seriously want to understand what makes a woman want to do that. Because I don't get it. I've already told y'all. I must be owned. I must be positively owned. I must be claimed. I must belong to you and you belong to me.
Right.
There must be a commitment there, a public declaration for me to want to do that. Like, period.
Anita singing that song called
Period. No part of me wants to lay down with a man that is not mine. So I don't get it. I don't get it. And I be asking questions because I really don't understand. Like, I'm trying to understand y'all and what is happening.
Yeah, she said positive ownership. She said, y'all ain't gonna put y'all ding-a-ling in her, man. She said, y'all ain't doing that. She said she want positive ownership. And shout out to her. Yeah, I respect that. But in this day and age now, most guys, if you ain't putting out, they it's like, you gotta go. But I do respect Anita's point.
Hi, Kristen.
Oh my.
But guys, this is what's causing hoflation. This is what's causing. Let me, this is what. You know what? Let me take this banner off. Because guys, this is what's causing hoflation. This is what's fundamentally causing hoflation, guys. This is causing. Let me get the right angle. This is what's causing hoflation, guys. And y'all will just have to shake y'all head, guys. This is what's causing hoflation. And this woman is not a bad person, but men back in the day wouldn't even look at this woman. They wouldn't give her the time of the day. They just wouldn't.
Hi, Kristen.
Oh my God. I cannot
You have
believe
frustration
this.
and everything. I told you I was going to get you first, girl.
Oh my.
And see, guys, back in the past in the black community, these women were rare. They weren't the norm. They weren't the norm back in the day. They were the exception, but they weren't the rule. But now this is the rule for a lot of black communities. This is more the rule now. It was the exception to the rule back in the past.
God, oh my God. I've been trying to get at you for so long. You just don't know how much you inspire me. You are just so beautiful. I
Oh, you
love
so
you.
beautiful too. You
I
so
love you.
beautiful too, girl.
I'm from the country. I'm from the country.
I love everybody's accent. Shout out to you, shout out to you. Okay, IG, we will come.
She gonna tell the International Quiet Storm she liked it to him. She gonna tell. Shout out to Brandon Clark. She gonna tell the International Quiet Storm and she used to like it to him.
To you guys later, but right now we're live inside the Kendra G Singles dating app. So download the dating app, Kendra G Singles, and meet us. I'm about to talk to this girl named Kristen, child. If you want to see what she look like, come meet us live inside the app right now. Okay? Okay. I'll see y'all inside the app.
I cannot.
But this is due to black dysfunction. This is American dysfunction. Because this is all too often. You see it all too often.
I believe this. I cannot believe this.
Well, okay, your name? Please don't have me say, what's your name, Kristen? Child.
Kristen Jackson. Yes.
Child. Kristen Jackson. I always tell the
Yes.
story. So I grew up, I was obsessed with Janet Jackson. And there was this Oh God, Eddie, what's his name? Eddie, I forget his name. I think his name was Eddie Jackson.
I
And in
think
the
it's
eighth
Eddie.
grade, I asked him, could we get married so I could have his last name? I was like, could we get married so I could be an official Jackson? Crazy. Crazy. So you're
Uh,
Kristen Jackson. You have the last name that I
yes.
wanted. All right, how old are you, honey?
I'm 43.
Okay, 43. And you say you're from the country? Like what state?
Yes. I'm from a little town called Monroe, Louisiana. But I was raised.
Guys, is this the norm? Would you guys say this is the norm in America now, not only the black community, but also in others? Would you guys say this is the norm? Yeah, I agree with you for sure. I totally agree.
In Columbia, Louisiana. So that's
They say you
really
look
small.
younger than 43.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm 43. Just turned 43 September 20th.
Okay, okay. They say you look beautiful. All right.
Oh, thank you.
Kristen,
Y'all do too. I know.
what you do for a living, honey?
I work at Lowe's. I work at Lowe's
Okay.
and I also do hair on the side sometimes.
I feel like Lowe's ladies is a good place to find men.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. But
Because
not
Lowe's is
too.
like, isn't Lowe's like Home Depot?
Yes.
And guys, the standards have become so low that not only are women like this more of the norm now, but women years ago that had kids, they understood that their sexual market value was lower than the average woman with no kids and was a virgin. But now these women think you should come and take them and make them an honorable woman, an honest woman, with all the baggage they have. Kids by multiple men. Not one man, but multiple men. Guys, I know I'm wrong, man. Y'all please forgive me. Bonnets on their head, man. And this is what you guys are getting now.
I'm trying to touch the states this time. 2021. Yeah, show them I can still rap though. Now I'm in the game. I was on the.
Yeah, like don't. I
Yeah,
mean, you
we are
can maybe you
in competition. We're in competition with each other. So yeah.
okay, but you correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of men go to Lowe's, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
lot.
so that could be a good place. Can you show me where the hammer is?
On aisle 59.
All right, let's continue. So you work at Lowe's. You said do you have any kids?
Yes, I do. I have 5 to be honest.
She got 5 children, guys, not children, but she got 5 children. 5 children, guys. Like Count Dracula said, a 1, a 2. She got 5 children, guys. And sadly, she's going to expect somebody to come into her life and make her an honest woman. To put a ring on her finger and to make her an honest woman. She got 5 children, guys. And it gets worse. But this is what men have to select from in this current dating cesspool. And you got a lot of men that don't have any kids at all. And in this arrangement, you're going to always come in fourth. Imagine sharing your wife with the possibility of having 5 baby daddies have input into your wife. They already put the DNA in her. And then you're going to share her. You know, she'll never be totally your wife because, you know, one of the baby daddies might have to come over.
You have 5 kids? How? Okay, because you in the country. Shall y'all be popping them babies out? Pop, 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 pop. How old are your 5 kids?
Okay, I have 5. So my first daughter, she's a girl, and she's 19. She's at McNeese University. She's in college. And then I also have a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 12, and a 10.
Okay. All by the same man?
No, I have three. Three
Three
different
men.
baby daddies. Yes.
Okay. You ever been married?
3 baby
No.
daddies.
No. Why don't you marry none of the men you had kids with, girl?
I know. I don't know. I just
Okay, we'll
didn't.
keep moving. All right, Kristen, 43, Louisiana, Lowe's, mom of 5 kids, by 3 men, never married. What's your zodiac sign?
Who is it? Oh, I'm a Virgo.
A Virgo. All right, Kristen, do you want your video on social media or just inside the app?
Social media. It can be
Okay, she
social.
wanted everywhere. Let's put her out there, child. All right, Kristen, 43, Virgo, Louisiana, Lowe's. Let's do it. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I'm looking for someone that's like very sweet, charming, taller than me because I'm 5'4", loyal. Yeah, I really want a lawyer, honest man, and a person that works like me because I work. I really do. I Even though I work at Lowe's and I do hair on the side, I come home, I clean up, cook, and take care of my kids. So
Okay.
I work.
Okay. What are your
Yeah.
deal breakers?
Bad.
She might be a good one for Quad Storm. She might be a good one for International Quad Storm. Shout out to the homie, man. She might be a good one for International Quad Storm. Make him a good wife.
Breath. Um, I do not like that at all. I hate somebody with bad breath. Someone that don't like to take baths, don't clean, like don't work, want to just sit at home, don't not a family person. If you don't have no kids,
Man, shout out to my man Quiet Faith, man. That means the world to me, man. I appreciate it, man, because it took me a long time to put this stuff together, man. Y'all keep in mind I am a licensed therapist, man. And just putting these clips together, man, doing the research, man, it's taxing, man. But I really appreciate that Quiet Faith. And Quiet Faith is the #1 sponsor of the stream. Quiet Faith said that thanks for taking the time to put together a show tonight. We appreciate the time you commit to your platform, even if the men only learn to identify their parasitic dynamic, it's worth it, man. And man, that means the world to me, brother. I really appreciate that Quiet Faith, man. Showing love, man. And to all the brothers that donate on tonight. And to those that don't have any money, guys, just share the stream. Share the stream with at least 5 like-minded people. And Quiet Faith, because of your kindness and your love offering, brother, you are the #1 sponsor of this stream. Thank you, sir.
It's the money.
Shout out to Quiet Faith being the #1 sponsor of the stream, brother. Thank you for your kindness once again, sir.
I'd rather for them to have kids because I'm like a good person at heart. I love babies. I love kids. I don't want any more. I put that
Now,
out
now,
there
now,
like
now,
that. I
now, now,
don't want
now,
any
now,
more.
now think about it, guys. If you were a single man, you happen to like it at her. You don't have any kids, and now she says she don't want any more. She got 5 children, not children, but 5 children by 3 different men. And she said, I don't want to give you an offspring. But they wonder why men are checking out. They wonder why men are saying enough is enough. They wonder why.
But I love a man to have kids. So
So
yeah.
can he have kids already?
Yeah. Oh
He
yeah.
have kids already. Okay, he got kids already.
Not like no babies. I don't want no babies.
So what's the youngest child he can have?
Like a 5-year-old.
What's your youngest child?
My youngest is 10.
Your youngest child is 10?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it now. Okay. All right. Should he look a certain way?
No. No, just pretty. Like not pretty, but just carry himself well.
Carry
I put
yourself
it like that. Yeah.
well. Okay, carry
Yeah.
yourself well.
Yeah.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
No.
You
To
don't
be
care about his
honest.
money.
I mean, I don't. I'm just here to find love. I really am. I really am. I don't. Cause I make my own. Hey, I pay my own bills and stuff. So, only thing I ask for him is probably have his own house, tend to his own thing, his own house or whatever. I don't. I don't care about none of that. I really don't. I just want to find love, to be honest.
Okay, she want to find love, to be honest. Okay.
Yes.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
I don't know where I'm gonna put it up at.
They
Let's
said
see.
she seemed nice.
I am. I really am. Let me go in the living room, y'all. I can try to. I don't know why, but I am so freaking nervous. Like my hands are so shaking. They are shaking so bad.
What
Like
your shirt say? Tailgates, tackles. Okay. All right. Black girls always want to make sure they show off that booty, child. Ooh. What dance we doing? Wait, what is your shirt? Okay, I see you, girl. What's your shirt say?
it's a
Tailgates, what?
tackles and touchdown. Cause
Tailgates,
down
tackles.
here we are football people. We football people down here. So
Okay, what's the team?
we all about the Saints though, but
Who
All
that?
about the Saints. Okay. Shouts to All About the Saints, New Orleans.
yes, I don't like no Cowboys fan. No, no,
Well,
because we
I'm
would
going
go
to
next
Texas.
to them.
Okay, we're representing the Kendra G Singles Live Tour. We're going to Dallas next week and then Houston the week after. But you don't fancy none of them.
No, I mean I go and support. I mean, if it's my man or something, I go and support because they probably like Cowboys or the 49ers or something like that. I go and support. But hey, I'm just be sitting right there. I'm not finna be haranguing or nothing like that unless it's Saints. Yeah,
That's the Saints.
I
That's
love
the
my Saints.
Saints. She love her Saints. Okay, we heard you, girl. Okay, so she all about her Saints. All right. So let's keep going.
I cannot. I swear, I am so shaking. I am like shaking because I've been wanting to meet you so bad. I am
Oh,
so shaking.
well, girlfriend, I love you back.
Now, guys, is this woman wife material to y'all single man? Would y'all consider her for a wife if she cooked y'all home cooked meals? And would y'all consider her to be a wife? Would y'all forgive her for her past and taking it to your love and grace and pull a ring on her finger?
I do. I've been wanting to meet you so bad, bro. I really do. My hands are like shaking. You probably can't see them,
Don't
but they're
shake, don't
shaking.
shake. What city you live in again? Georgia or
Mon-
Louisiana? Go ahead and
Monroe,
visit an
Louisiana.
event and leave. So maybe we'll figure out a Louisiana stop on the tour. It won't be this year. We are gonna do another. I think we're gonna do LA for the first time. So we're in Dallas and Houston, and then I think I'm gonna do LA before the year is over. But I'll figure out where we get to go to your direction.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we did the Kendra Cam. When was your last relationship?
My last relationship was 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they said they doubt you shaking over me. Y'all some hate. I got some hating ass cousins. Nah, just FYI. It just is what it is. I got some hating ass cousins, but it's all good because
Brandy,
y'all just
33, yes, baby. Yes,
huh?
Brandy. I told Brandy, 33, yes. We don't play about them Saints. No.
Oh, okay. We talking
No.
about two different things, but I got you, girl. We're gonna stay with the same. Okay, back to you. When was your last relationship?
3 years ago.
3 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Like 2 months ago.
2 months.
2 months ago.
So check this out, guys. She hasn't learned anything from her past, sadly. She got 5 children by 3 different men, and literally just had a relationship, relations with someone 3 months ago. And this is what men are fundamentally getting down, sadly. The quality has greatly dissipated. And so even when they don't have a man, they still got a man. But somebody, expect you to come into this situation and to value her and to see her as a wife while she's still giving her body to men, after still giving her body to a man. But the fact that you told somebody that they're not going to take you serious for a wife. Shout out to my man Gregory Scotland for that $10 super sticker. Gregory Scotland 5822. Shout out to brother Gregory for that $10 super sticker. Thank you, sir.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
To be honest, I have a cleaning disorder. I have to work on that
Okay,
because
so what is it? You like to clean or you don't like to clean?
I love to clean. I'm an OCD person. My
That's
la-
bad.
it's so bad to the point where my relationships do not last because of it, but I'm getting better. I'm getting better at it because I go out there and I do my yard at least 3 times a week. I will literally come in here and unfold clothes and redo the clothes. I'm telling you, I'm bad. I'm bad. I'm an OCD person. But I'm getting better. It's to the point where if I clean up my bed, I don't want nobody to sit on my bed. I don't want nobody to sit on any one of the beds in my room.
This has become, guys, the norm for a lot of women. This has become the norm. This has become the norm.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I'm getting better at that's one. Um, Going out more. I don't like going out as much. I don't. Let me see. Um, I don't know. I think that's it.
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Because I'm bad. I am a happy going person. I like to cook. I like to clean. And I'm happy. I'm just a happy person.
She's a happy person. Okay, a couple things. Kristen, you're 43. What's the age range you want to date? What happened? Kristen, did her phone die? Did she say her phone was gonna die? Oh, so sad. I liked her. Call us back, Kristen. Had 2
Yes.
different guys? Okay. And never have you ever
Yes.
been married?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, Kristen. Okay, Kristen.
I'm sorry.
Push the request. I'll get you right after
I'm
her, okay?
sorry, y'all. I was just coming back to tell you I'm sorry. My phone. I was actually charging my phone when I was talking to you, and when I went in the living room, it cut off. So
Okay, so
I'm
yeah, so
sorry,
let me
baby.
finish. Okay, so let me do this. I'm gonna finish Tyler and I'll bring you right back
Oh,
on. So
that's
I'm
fine.
gonna disconnect you,
Okay.
but then push the request again, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I'm sorry.
You ready?
I thought I put. Yeah. Okay.
You
I think
say it again?
it went out. Ken. Okay. I think the
Girl, what is
last
happening with
question you
us
asked
today?
was. I don't know. I think the last question you asked was the age range.
The last question I asked was the
I think
age
that's
range.
And it sounds so bad that they think that older men that got money and status want to take them serious for a wife. If you guys didn't get y'all wives when y'all were younger and she wasn't a godly woman, you're in a lot of trouble, man, because you're not getting nothing quality now. The majority of them, you're not getting nothing quality, man.
yeah. I think that's what it was.
Let me see.
But it's
Oh.
between 40 and 50. But it can be older than that,
She's
like
a she's
55.
a she's a 4 and 5.
Because I like them very mature. So between 40 and 50, 55.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Someone said it, and you were right. I had got an email, so it took me off for a second. All right, back
Okay.
to y'all. My
But
child.
but but the
My
question
sister sent
is,
me an email, so I was trying to see what she was saying. Okay, real quick. All right, back to you. So
but do you think a 45 to 50-year-old man want to 55-year-old man want to marry her and take her serious for a wife? She get an average guy or a man that don't have got low self-esteem, but a man that got a high constitution. They're not gonna take this woman serious. 5 kids by 3 different men. That's a no-go.
the last question. Oh yeah, what was the last question I asked you?
The age range.
That was the last. Okay, so let me
What
ask it
age
again.
I would prefer.
Okay, what's your age range, girl?
Um, from like 40 to 55, something like that.
Okay, Did I ask you your 3 flaws?
Right.
Okay, did I ask
Right.
you why God would be lucky to be with you?
Shout out to Gregory Scotland as he and Quiet Faith are the #1 sponsors. And he said, Gregory Scotland said, it's tiring when I hear black men constantly telling how the rest of us need to level, are failing to level up. Why should productive black men appease losing chicks? I agree with you 100%, Gregory. And it is an insult. And I'm going to reiterate why it's an insult in a minute. It is an insult because what my dad got and what other male fathers got in the past, I'm sure your father got, and also your grandfather, it's not what men are getting now. And this level up conversation is stupid. Because you can level up all you want to, it's still not going to change the quality of the women. It's still not going to change the tax laws. I mean, not tax laws, the laws on marriage. It's not going to change none of that. It's not going to change it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we at the end then. All right, so her name, we're inside the app.
And so, once again, this is what men got years ago. Hold tight.
That's a great thing. So, Kristen J 6240, Kristen J 6240, Kristen.6240, Kristen Jackson, long
I
term
am definitely a
relationship,
queen.
OCD. Is that what you meant for your cleaning?
Yes.
You want to do the Kendra Cribs?
I did it.
No, I would say, no, because you said you were OCD. I said, do you want to show off your place and do the Kendra Cribs?
No, no. Cause look at them. They just down here being so crazy and funny.
Well, I didn't see, no,
I'll show my living room, but that's
okay. We want to see how clean it is.
Yeah, I am very clean. Hold on, I don't know how to turn it though. I don't know how to turn it.
She looked like Glorilla, guys.
But
okay, oh yeah, it is clean.
Yeah.
I can't show y'all my living room right now. Y'all gonna judge me. I'm an organized mess. Basically, okay, let me tell you what's going on. I traveled. I went to DC last week.
And Kendra G probably got ADHD. I'm going to show you this, guys, and we're going to end it in a minute. But this is what men got years ago. Hold tight.
Will not be an inflation. It'll be limitless. We'll all start putting you on the pedestals that my father put my mother on. That my grandfather put my grandmother on. That my great-grandfather put my great-grandmother on. You know why? Because I knew all 3 of them. And they revered these women. And they loved them. Sadly, all of these men had to bury their wives. And I saw them all weep and hold their hands while they passed. And the word hoflation did not even exist in our community during those times. You know why? Because the women were so awesome. It had no countenance. There's no description for it. It didn't exist. We can get back there. So maybe we can get to a point where we can throw this word away. We have the examples. We need to look to them. Some of these beautiful, elegant old women still exist. But Vince Ellison ain't gonna let you go until we get back to where we're supposed to be.
I call those women remnant women. They are far and few in between, and it's not a lot of them. I'm gonna play a little bit more of this, guys, about the Chicago fiasco, and pick me versus a cat lady. Imagine if this woman, and I don't know if she have a husband or not, but I'm gonna play this and then we're gonna end it. I'm gonna get me something to eat, guys. But Chicago mother and kids attacked. Let's get into it, guys.
Come on, blood. Shamar, look at that. Shamar. Come here. What you want, Shamar? Foot. Shamar, foot. What you want, Shamar? Shamar, look at that.
Imagine you are pregnant and you walk.
Imagine, guys. But see, guys, this goes back to what we talked about how decadent, because this woman appears not to have a husband. And the kids that were attacking her, they sound like baby kids, calling her Shamar looking A. And this is what this is typical in the black community. It's not just the black communities, in a lot of American communities, sadly. But they said Shamar looking A. And guys, this goes back to what I said a minute ago. Let me show you guys something. It goes back to what I said a minute ago. That black women are under psychological stress, but they also are under the judgment of the Most High. She's not centered because she's having somatic responses, which are biological. She's having psychological issues. She's having social issues, and also she's having spiritual issues. Look at the stress that you're bringing to your children and also to yourself. Bio, psycho, social, spiritual. These are the four components that we look at as therapists, guys. I promise you those kids are not getting optimal body composition, nutrient-dense foods, working out, and strength training and whatnot. I promise you their self-esteem is being hampered because they don't have a masculine father to control them and to guide them. If they had a father and a masculine father, that would have never happened. A lot of the kids that are disrespecting her, it would have never happened. But this is becoming the norm, guys, in the black community. It's becoming the norm. Shout out to hold tight. Y'all showing some love. Hold on for a minute, guys. Hold on. All right. Shout out to my man Gregory Scott. He says, so frustrated. These gynocratic black women. I saw a Peaceful Life conversing with a podcaster who you collaborated with in the past, and he was rather antagonistic with him. The guy showed a gynocratic character. Wow, that's unfortunate, man. And yeah. Sadly, some guys compromise, man. But it's unfortunate, Gregory. It's highly unfortunate because I don't think I will argue what are men leveling up for? What are they going to level up for? What are they leveling up for? You're not getting virgins. You're not getting low bodies. What are you leveling up for? Shout out to Gregory Scollins. He's the #1 sponsor of this stream. Shout out to Gregory Scollins. He's the #1 sponsor of the stream. Shout out to them. Actually, it's Quiet Fair. Shout out to Bashir for the 20. She said, Kosher, have you heard about the quarter zip movement among young black men? If so, I also heard that there are young ladies who would like a female equivalent. It sounds like they might be trying to follow suit. I haven't heard that, Bashir, but I'll look into it. Have you heard about the quarter zip movement? Never heard of that. But I would definitely look into it. Shout out to Quiet Faith once again. The parents of the attacking children posted comments supporting the attack and the mother stated one of the children had a firearm. Yeah, right. Wow, that is crazy, man. That is crazy, man. That's crazy work, man. Okay, all right, but sure. The mother in Chicago does have a man. They were both interviewed by the local news, and yes, those kids sound like baby kids. But is she married though, for sure? That's the question. Is she married? That's what I will ask. Is she a married woman?
Walk to the school to pick up your son and your daughter from school, and then you're just walking back home. You want to make sure they get to school safely and make it home safely because you live in Chicago. So you guys are walking back home when you guys are approached by a gang of middle schoolers. A gang of middle schoolers. Now your kids are younger. It looks like they're younger than middle school. But these middle schoolers start calling you all type of names and things like that, and then eventually they hit you. And not only they hit you, but they start hitting you and your children. And then at one point they're jumping you. And you're on the ground, your kids are on the ground, and they are beating you.
Wow.
This happened in Chicago, and this is
that is horrible. That's horrible. I feel sorry for the woman. But this is what happens when you don't have structure and order. And this is what happens when radical feminism and radical liberalism crept into the black community, guys. This is what happens.
This was, again, she is pregnant, you guys. As a mom, she went to the school.
Imagine a pregnant mother being attacked by these bad kids.
To get her kids and was walking them home safely when they were approached by middle schoolers and jumped on.
These kids are going to be traumatized. These kids are going to be traumatized because of this.
In Chicago. And the whole Chicago is outraged this morning. They're looking for these kids or their parents. They are pissed, and reasonably so. And if it were me, I promise you, it would have been some candle visuals and some balloon releases planned. I promise you. This is crazy. I'm not victim blaming or anything like that, but I wish the mother had had something to protect herself and her children. You have to protect yourself and your children because they will never forget this, right? You have to know how to protect yourself. But either way, I hope they find them kids, and I hope.
This is absolutely unreal. She was simply protecting her son from bullies, keeping her complete cool when she and her son were attacked by kids of all people. What is our world coming to? So this awful viral video shows the moment a mother and her 2 young children were.
And guys, this is why so many black men feel fundamentally, what are we saving? What are we actually doing, guys? When folks tell black men to level up. Level up for what? Leveling up doesn't guarantee respect. Leveling up doesn't guarantee a woman's going to honor you. Leveling up doesn't guarantee that she's not going to divorce you. And you should never level up for a woman in the first place. You should level up for yourself. But you got a lot of men that don't have no control in their households, man. The women disrespect them. They say what they want to say. And it's highly problematic. Once again, shout out to my man Gregory Scotland and Quiet Faith. They're the #1 sponsors of the stream. But guys, this means that we are in the last days. It's not a doubt in my mind that we are in the latter part of the last days. I believe that.
Attacked by a mob of children outside a Chicago elementary school earlier this week. The mother is 33-year-old Corshandra Hatter, pictured here, and she identified herself on social media as being the mother who was cornered and attacked while she was trying to walk home with her 9-year-old little boy and her younger daughter from Orville Bright Elementary School, and that was on Monday of this week. This is reportedly on the south side of Chicago. As you saw in the video, she was trying to protect her terrified children from kids who were yelling out hateful things to them and stopping them from getting by.
The woman is pregnant. These kids should be under criminal attack. And somebody said that the parents, they have no problem with them doing what they did to this woman.
That's before the mom and her 2 children were then thrown to the ground and repeatedly punched and kicked. At one point, Corshandra's wig was even ripped off. One of the children attackers even yelled out, "Beat his ass." And that was as the little boy tried to run away to safety. This is awful. Corshandra said these bullies were literally waiting along their route that they walked home on, waiting just to jump all of them. She said those kids followed them all the way there. They reportedly hit her son first and then dragged her in the grass and pulled her baby's hair.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's nasty work, man. That is nasty work. That's nasty work. Coach, a few years ago, many got upset with you and many of the rest of us in space because we would not accept, say, the black community mantra. Yes. And I'm not saving no black community. It can't be saved. It's going to take something greater than me and you to save it. You can't talk about saving something that's been so de-evolved and so degenerate over the last couple of years. You can't save that. It has to de-evolve before it can re-evolve again. And I worked in the school system, guys. I worked in the school system. I worked in law enforcement. And you think I will put myself in this predicament? Not at all. Not at all. These children are going to be traumatized because of this. That's a good question, Greg. I don't know if the man was involved or not. But it's highly problematic. It is highly problematic.
And good. Charges should be pressed. This is absolutely unreal. She was the mother who was cornered and attacked. Terrified children from kids who were yelling out hateful things to them and stopping them from getting back. Even yelled out, beat his ass. And that was just to jump all of them. She was reportedly taken to a local hospital in serious condition. After they were beaten, I'm not sure if the younger daughter had to be seen at the hospital as well. According to reports, this attack is still being investigated, and as of Wednesday morning, no arrests have been made, unfortunately. Cassandra has since said that her son has been being bullied at this school for over 2 years, but she said that the school administrators have done nothing to stop the bullying or to protect her son, and if that's true, that's unreal. Actually, it's too real, because so many times schools are not doing anything to protect these children from bullying. According to reports on Tuesday, Cassandra met with school administrators and city leaders to discuss what happened, the attack, and she said she just wants justice for her son. Locals have since told news outlets that out-of-control children like this have been an ongoing problem in this area, and that's unbelievable. One parent said this is...
And let me tell you something, guys. As a former teacher and a former educator, the parents actually encourage this type of behavior. Because they don't want to submit to no man. They don't want to submit to the honor of a man. They don't want to submit to anything. This is generations of dysfunction.
It's not the first time the kids have done this. It was said these kids pretty much raised themselves and they have not been held accountable. They have also reportedly vandalized cars and harassed people of all ages, adults and children. Chicago Public Schools have since said that they are horrified by the attack and that they are supporting the Hatter family. Well, how about start off by working on the alleged bullying problem at this school? It's also not known whether or not any of the kids that were involved in this assault have been disciplined at this school. I will say this, I did see online on social media where one of the bullies' adult family members was laughing at this attack and acting like it wasn't any big deal. And that is just sick and what the problem is, honestly. This hurts my heart so badly. I pray for this family and that this little boy gets justice and that the bullying stops. These kids should absolutely face charges. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments. And for more true crime, be sure to follow and subscribe over on YouTube. This is absolutely unreal. She was simply protecting her son from bullies, keeping her complete cool when she and her son were attacked by...
And good. Charges should be pressed against these parents, because how was y'all raising these
other bitches, Lauren? Both of them. Both of them.
Oh my grandma, these old ignorant savage kids, man. Think about the stress that you would have to deal with dealing with these bad kids. Not only the parents, but the school officials failed to take action inside the schools. Protected black men have to separate from hyenas, chameleons, and white knights and simps. And I totally agree, because I'm not going to partake in it. I'm not putting my life on the line dealing with it, because I've worked with these kind of kids before, and they are highly unruly.
The little kids in them, not the big kids. The big kids not touching them. I'm saying the little kids. I should smash that bitch on my brother. Damn! Crack, damn!
And God, this is learned behavior.
Hey, Phil, let my homie go. Let my motherfucking homie.
Article titled "Gut-Wrenching Video Shows Children Attacked by Mob of Kids Outside Chicago School." A horrifying viral video shows a mom and her 2 young children being viciously attacked by a mob of kids outside a Chicago elementary school. Cassandra Hatter, 33 years old, identified herself as the mom who was cornered and attacked as she tried to walk home Monday with her 9-year-old son and younger daughter from Orville Bright Elementary School on the city's south side. She goes on to say that they followed them all the way there. They hit her son first, dragged her in the grass, and pulled her baby's hair, referring to her younger daughter. Both Hatter and her son were taken to Trinity Hospital in serious condition after the beatdown, officials said. Later on, the mother and her children were escorted by the city, by law enforcement, by political officials to the school in a show of solidarity and also in condemnation of what occurred that morning. I gotta say, y'all, the sad part about all of this is that it's known that there is a severe lack of respect amongst children as it comes to adults. We have seen time and time again children acting out in classrooms.
And this is biblical as well. This is biblical about children being disobedient to parents, but it's also what Paul talked about. He called it lawlessness. He said that lawlessness would increase before the Most High, Jesus, can't come back.
Talking back towards teachers, getting physical with teachers, and teachers feeling helpless because they go to tell the parents, and the parents are basically doing nothing to rein in their children. They are blaming the teachers for not providing a classroom that fosters structure, for not doing their job in avoiding the situation. So teachers are basically going, we're fed up. We just want the kid out of the classroom, which, as we know, is not a solution, because then all you do is have children that feel like they can run amok. I cannot imagine a group of people that I grew up with at any point thinking that it was okay, thinking that it would be fun, thinking that it would be cool to beat on a mother and her children in elementary school. This is the craziest video we have seen on the internet in the longest time, because the severe lack of respect, the almost like the animal instinct of these children to just go crazy and then record it and have it posted to the internet shows that there is a serious problem in this particular community and possibly across the nation when it comes to how children view adults, how children view authority, and whether or not certain things may be missing in certain homes. Now, we can go down a long laundry list of reasons why certain children in certain communities might be underlooked, underserved, and find themselves acting out in these ways, whether their parents are never at home because they have to work to put food on the table, whether these kids aren't having access.
But once again, guys, this is a byproduct of broken families, broken homes, broken communities, but also the disillusionment and the dissolvement of having strong masculine fathers in the household. And you know, and a lot of this stuff is spiritual too, man. I strongly believe a lot of this is part of what theologians call the beginning of the end, the last days. Things are getting crazy. And they're getting crazier and crazier and crazier by the minute, guys. They're getting crazier by the minute. They're getting crazy by the minute. Thank you guys for tuning in, guys. We're going to end it at some point in a minute. We're going to end it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for tapping in. Shout out to everyone that donated on tonight. You guys came up big. Shout out to Quiet Faith and Gregory Scotland, as they were the #1 sponsors of the stream on tonight. Shout out to Quiet Faith and Gregory Scotland. I got a classic, guys, coming up on Sunday with Anita Stoutmeyer. We're going to do a powerful show together. And it's going to be talking about the rise of AI and the coming apocalypse. Things are heating up. The world is getting darker and darker. And only thing I can tell y'all, be strapped, be ready, and be prayed up. Because we're living in perilous times. I had a conversation with a chaplain today, awesome brother, Chaplain Dabbs. He's done some great work on YouTube. I love his work. Him and Sean McDowell, and he believes as a chaplain that we're we're definitely heading towards dark times, man. And so, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. The coming apocalypse is near. It is near, guys. The coming apocalypse is near.
Trying to warn them, Anita. They won't listen. I guess the pick me is not so bad after all.
I wonder what they are thinking now about the pygmies. Me and my cats are doing just fine.
Humility is the order of the day for women. That is the order of the day. I do believe that God will bless those who come to him humbly, those who are repentant, those who recognize their mistake. Oops, I made a mistake. Like if you get on your knees tonight, just my prescription for all the women out there who are 30, 35, 40, 45. I want you to get on your knees tonight. I want you to pray to the Lord on high and say, I messed up. Like, I messed up. I was wrong. I was completely out of line. I messed up. I made a mistake.
So, guys, that's it. And, guys, do me a favor. Go hit the like button. We're going to have a good show with Anita. Winter is near. We talked about AI taking over, guys. I think it's going to definitely take over. And so I need you guys to do me a favor, please. Do me a favor, guys. I'm gonna put the link in here right now. Y'all do me a favor. Tell the algorithm that y'all want to see this show. I need y'all to promote. It's going to be a great show. I put a lot of time in this show, planning it. And I want you guys to do me a favor. So what I'm going to do, shout out to Rhonda Payne. Thank you, Rhonda. I look forward to it as well. Do me a favor, guys. This link here, go hit that link. I think everybody go hit that link to the 21 that are watching. Go hit the link and like it. I got a great show coming up with Anita Stoutmeyer. She's what I call the new Sojourner Truth. And she's trying to do everything in her power to, save the remnant that wants to be saved. We know that a lot don't want to be saved. They ain't going to be saved, and that's okay. But, guys, go hit that link, please. Go hit that link right now. Go hit the link, guys. Hit that link. We're going to have a good show. And AI is real. AI is coming. And AI is going to take over a lot of jobs. And like I said, AI might come and get my job. This world is crazy, man. Everyone go see the film A Clockwork Orange. Yeah, I remember that, Gregory, back in the day. Very insightful. I remember that. It was on the movie channel, I believe, back in the day. So, guys, I need everybody to, thank you, Barry Hammond. I need everybody to go hit that like button for me real quick. The 2030 AI takeover, they're lost and they don't even see what's coming. And they don't see what's coming, guys. AI is changing the game. AI will continue to change the game. And AI is also, some of it can be demonic if it's not properly controlled. I put my heart into this thumbnail. This is one of my prettier thumbnails, and Anita, she liked it. And so, guys, please go hit the like button. They're lost, and they don't even see what's coming, guys. they don't even see what's coming. So, guys, hit the like button. I need everybody to go over now and hit that like button. If you hit the like button to tell the algorithm that you guys want to see it, it's only 2 people thus far. I need everybody in the chat to go hit that like button real quick. Hurry, hit the like button for me, guys. I'm about to get out of here. I got to go eat. Go hit the like button for me. Let's get it up to at least 15, guys. At least 15. At least 15. Y'all hit that like button. Thank you, Rhonda Payne. I appreciate it there. Coach, many women are going to try to do the reach back. Yeah, a lot of trying to reach back, Gregory. But a lot of guys, they ain't going to allow it, man. A lot of guys said, no, we good, man. A lot of guys said, you're going to be singing that song by Pat LaBelle. You're on your own. A lot of guys are saying, man, we good, man. A lot of guys saying, man, we good. We ain't gonna be no reaching back. The brother's saying onward, upward. All right. So anyway, guys, go hit that like button. But in the meantime, guys, if you need a non-diagnostic clinical consultation, come see me at coachclinician@gmail.com.
Are you a victim of brokenness and despair? A broken man is a hopeless man, and a hopeless man is a very dangerous man. Many times, many of you young men that are listening come from homes that are very toxic and very dysfunctional. And because of that, many of you have deferred your power in many ways to the point it's led over into your social life and many times led over into your relationships. If you guys are dealing with mental health pathologies, conscious and unconscious, come see me at kosherclinician@gmail.com. That's kosherclinician@gmail.com. It's important that you deal with your mental health in order to be a better person for yourself, your loved ones, and also your community. But because mental health is often stigmatized, many of you often suffer in silence. Don't be a victim in silence. And see me once again at kosherclinician@gmail.com. And I need you guys to remember this. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. There are 7 steps that a man must go through in order to become an optimized male. And male mental health is one of those elements that's paramount to the functioning of a man.
Follow me, baby. The elders are old and out of touch. I have the power to help you become the better version of yourself. Listen to me. I know what's best for you. I am the Snake Whisperer.
Fire!
For your mind. The Kosher Clinician.
If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. Heaven and hell, that's what they told you. Real men put the strap down and we can toss them. Young heads picking back up and young dolphins. This is our culture. Now we talking kosher. Clinician, masculinity issues. Absent fathers who miss you. Mama drama don't kiss you. All a part of the ritual. This is how they get you. Separate the men, women clipping babies pretend to. Damn. Lovers, haters acting like vultures. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, ain't right, gotta divorce us. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. This is kosher condition. 7 wonders, the whole world gotta listen. Listen. Listen.